Try again here. Hopefully hopefully you can hear me at this point. Um, when I left off, we were talking about the importance of zinc. I apologize for losing you a few moments ago. I think I was talking about being able to supplement with Cataplex D, which is a vitamin D supplement, 800 to 1,000 IUs a day. Another important supplement that you might want to look into is zinc. Zinc. 1/3 of the world, according to the World Health Organization, is zinc deficient. Zinc deficiencies are linked to autoimmune diseases, cancer, and viral infections. So obviously, as we move into cold and flu season, we want to make sure our zinc levels are high to fight off the flu and cold virus as well as the COVID virus. So zinc's a very important thing to make sure we have enough of. What zinc does is it preserves and strengthens cell barriers to keep the viruses from getting into our cells. The way the virus replicates itself is it gets in the cells, starts this process of regenerating itself, and then until the cell bursts, and then it kicks the virus out into the rest of our body. When we're taking zinc, it strengthens the cell barrier so that doesn't occur, and if the virus does get into the cell, it tends to shut down the replication process. The other thing that zinc does is it tends to regulate the inflammatory process. One of the big problems that happens with the COVID virus is having an out of balance immune response called a cytokine storm. Patients that develop a cytokine storm, those are the ones that get really sick, put on respirators, and we lose a lot of people when that happens. So it's important. Zinc helps to prevent that from occurring and can help prevent serious problems or death. So we have a couple of different ways to get zinc. If you need to find zinc, we like the aqueous version of zinc. We also have another standard process version of zinc. If you'd like to check out your zinc levels, talk to us about that. We can tell you how to do that and help you with that as well. Both zinc and vitamin D supplements are inexpensive. You can find zinc naturally in things like seafood. Oysters are really high, seeds, nuts, and beans. Those are good ways to get zinc through your diet. Now let's shift out of what we're eating into how we're moving. Exercise is very important for improving immune function. One of the problems we run into during cold and flu season, November to January, is our schedules get filled up. We run into end of the year deadlines. We get invited to holiday events. We have all kinds of things we have to shop. All those things muddy up our schedules, right? This year in particular, last year some of that was shut down with COVID. This year, as things begin to open up again, we're probably going to have our schedules full again. So one of the things that tends to go first is exercise. It's very, very important to keep our exercise intact. If you can just get 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, some form of low impact aerobic activity, ideally you want to try to get your heart rate up to 80%, has a huge impact on your overall health as well as on your immune system. When we exercise, one of the things it does is increases blood flow through the body, which circulates immune cells throughout the body better. It helps to cleanse the body. It helps to stimulate the lymphatic system, which is the sewer system of the body, and helps to get the junk out of our body. So while we strengthen the body with exercise, it also strengthens the immune system. So that's why it's important that we do exercise. Another thing that exercise helps with is the way we handle stress. Because another complication we run into during this time of the year is our stress levels increase because of all the things I mentioned before. End of the year deadlines, holiday events, shopping, all the things that we're having to do right now. So what happens when we're under stress is energy gets diverted from the immune system into what's called a sympathetic response or a fight or flight response. That's an appropriate short-term response to a threat, but when it becomes a prolonged event, it begins to shut down our body, cause things to break down in our body, and it shuts down the immune system. So long-term effects of stress, our immune system doesn't function very well. And again, that's what we tend to run into this time of the year. So it may be hard to not have any stress, but we need to find ways to deal with stress in our lives. Well, another one of the consequences of increased stress is we tend to lose sleep. It's harder to sleep during this time. Adults need 7 hours of sleep a night. Kids need a little bit more. It's estimated that 20% of Americans are actually sleep deprived, and 44% get less sleep than they need. So sleep's important because while we're sleeping, our bodies repair and rebuild themselves, including our immune system. So strategies that can help you to better deal with stress are important. A couple of them that you can do. You can try things like meditation. We can talk with you at your next visit about meditation strategies. Not that hard. It just takes doing. Diaphragmatic breathing is another exercise that's been proven to help our bodies handle stress better. That's those deep belly breaths that you take all the way down to your pelvic floor and then hold for a couple of seconds and slowly release through your mouth. Another thing that's been shown to improve stress management are chiropractic adjustments. Chiropractic adjustments have been shown to move us from the sympathetic response into a parasympathetic response, which is that state where our body heals and repairs itself. So that's one of the benefits you get with the adjustments that you receive here. Another thing that chiropractic adjustments have been shown to do is to actually impact your immune function. There was one study that showed that IgA antibodies our production is improved by almost 30% for people who are regularly adjusted. So here we've got a 30% improvement in your immune system. The IgA antibodies, by the way, are the initial defense against bacteria and viruses. So the more of those we have, the less likelihood anything gets into our bodies to begin with. So we can increase our immune function through adjustments. We can increase our immune function through vitamin D and vitamin zinc, and the mineral zinc. We can increase our immune system by getting exercise. There's a lot of things that we can do to improve our immune system. So one of the things to realize, flu shots only show to be about 20 to 40% effective. The way that they determine what's going to go into, and by the way, I'm not going to tell you, I'm not telling you whether or not to take a flu shot. That's completely your choice, and I encourage you to do your own research and make your own decisions based on whatever kind of vaccine that is, flu, COVID, whatever. But what I do want to tell you is the way that the ingredients for the flu shot are determined, what goes into your flu shot, is about 6 months before flu season. Immunologists go over to the Far East and they do a survey to find out what flu strains are most prevalent that particular year. Used to be they would take the most prevalent strain, weaken it, put it in a vaccine, and then shoot it into our arms. The effectiveness wasn't very high. 20% was a good year during those days. Then they decided to put the top 2 strains in. Then they went to the top 3 strains. Now they're putting the top 4 strains of weakened viruses into our bodies to help us build immunity. I don't know about you, I don't want to do that, so I don't. But again, just things to be aware of. And again, to only give us 20 to 40% effectiveness against depleting the flu, there's other strategies we can do that are just as effective, if not more. What happens when we have a vaccine is it creates what's called passive immunity. So passive immunity is an immediate immune response, immediate response to what's going on, but it's not permanent. It doesn't create memory in our immune cells that protects us against future attacks by that invader. Active immunity is what occurs when we're actually exposed to the virus or the bacteria. Active immunity is not immediate. We have to go through the process of having the disease, but as a result of that, our body adds to the library of our immune cells what we've been exposed to, and then the next time we're exposed, we get permanent protection against developing that disease in the future. Make sense? So just things to be aware of that. Now, regardless of whether you decide to vaccinate, you're still better, your immune system's still going to work better if you do the things that I mentioned. So I mentioned those, some of them may seem obvious, but I want to encourage you to take steps in your lifestyle to improve overall immune function so that you don't have to get sick, your kids don't have to get sick, and that's what this was about. So if you're concerned about the health of your immune system or any other area of your body and you'd like to meet with one of us to get checked out, see about your spinal health, about any other area that you're concerned about. As I mentioned before, we have a special offer. If you'll call our phone, our office at 512-345-9355. Mention this webinar, tell them you'd like to set up a new patient appointment, and we'll do an initial consultation, examination, full spine x-rays if needed, and have a follow-up appointment with you to review our findings and discuss what we found, and if there's anything that needs to be addressed, how we can help you address those things. We'll do that for only $67. We typically charge $315 for that in our office, but with this webinar, we have that special offer for you. Another thing you might do is if you go to our website, fourpointschiropractic.com, you can stop by there, you can find out more about us, you can read the hundreds of 5-star reviews that our patients have left for us, and again, you can go to that Watch a Webinar tab and watch any of the webinars in our library at no cost. We encourage you to do that. So I want to thank you for coming and listening in on our Building Your Immune System webinar. I apologize for the technical difficulties. Hope you're able to hang with us. I hope the information we shared today with you today is useful, and even more so, I hope you'll use it to help both you and your families move in the direction of lifetime family wellness. That is our goal for you. So I'm Dr. Tom Neblett, and on behalf of the doctors and staff of 4 Points Family Chiropractic, we all want to wish you a healthy day. Thanks.